What is good, everybody? This is the D&B Radio Show, where we talk cards and all things card games and card games accessories. I think I wrote that. I am Dylan, and I'm here with Bader. Bader, say what's up.
Hello, everybody.
And we are here for week 6 of the podcast. Well, the 6th official episode, I guess, because there are some unofficial episodes out there, but number 6. It's gonna be a good show today. Gonna be talking about some Yu-Gi-Oh locals, and then we had Pokemon last week, so I mean maybe we should talk a little bit about Pokemon. I didn't go, so I won't have anything for Pokemon. But and then mid show we're gonna be talking a little bit. I say talking. We're gonna be playing a little bit of chess. Hopefully this week is a little bit more competitive than last week.
I don't know. I had fun.
Oh yeah, that's why. Well, hopefully we're gonna have a little bit more fun this week. A little bit, not so much a one-sided bout. But yeah, after that, I think I kind of want to talk a little Magic the Gathering. We haven't talked any Magic the Gathering now that I'm thinking about it, and I know that you and I both play a little bit at least, so I think we can do a little bit of that. How's that sound?
That sounds good to me. I'm absolutely down.
All right, well, let's get started with talking a little Pokemon. I guess we can start Pokemon because I mean, you judged Pokemon on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
I did judge, and then I played in it as well. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Well, how'd it go?
I gotta be honest. I don't remember who won. I think it was the Conkeldurr deck again.
Oh no way! Dex.
Yeah, I believe so. I could be wrong, but
Dex baller.
Yeah, it's a cool deck. I played my usual Raging Bolt, just try to swing in for big damage. Conkeldurr's just being able to poison everything, being a one prize drop it's really hard to get over. Especially when all your big hitters, like in my deck, are 2 prizes.
Well, and all of your draws, I can't say all of your draws are good, but I feel like you most of the time have things to do in that deck. Like when I played the few games, I won't say I bricked completely, but I feel like I wasn't like just completely out of it because I prized wrong. So
yeah,
Conkeldurr feels good. But Raging Bolt, well, how'd you do?
I got second or third place, I believe, only losing to the Conkeldurr deck.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Yeah, I played against what was the deck? Ancient Box. Obviously I played against Conkeldurr, and then I played against what else? Charizard EX.
Oh yeah, the Charizard decks, the best.
Yeah, it was good, but Raging Bolt turn 1 being able to since I know it's an evolution deck, I decided to go first game 2 or 3, because usually my game plan is to go second and just try to swing in. It's actually pretty beneficial to go first in that matchup because you can slow down your opponent's evolution. Obviously, you don't get to attack first, but you can set up a board, but you're setting up like Raging Bolt with a couple energies attached, maybe to some Ogerpon EXs in your bench. Then the following turn, you just one-shot anything. Bosses order out any Charmanders so they can't evolve it into Charizard, or some Pidgeys so they can't get Pidgeot, and then you're off to the races.
Oh yeah. Well, hell yeah, that sounds like it was a good time. I'm a little disappointed I missed out, but we had a good ending to our D&D campaign, and we're back to the one we started before Halloween. Halloween 1-shot turned into a Halloween 8-shot, and we just couldn't finish it, and so we just wrapped it up real quick, and now we're done with that. So back on to better. I say better things, but back to what we're used to, I guess. Well, like I said, I didn't really play Pokemon this week because again I was doing D&D, so I have nothing for that. But I did play on Tuesday, and I played a little Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think I'll start with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I want to say that I played a little bit of a different deck. I did not play Grand Maju like I have been for the past at least 2.5 months. I played a very similar deck, though. I just played Cash. Cash is good. I just love Cash monsters. They're just like, they're all boss monsters, so you just draw any of them and they're huge and you can just, put them on the board. So love that. Really, I mean, and I just played pure Cash and I literally didn't even like have any theory or anything behind it. I just like threw some cards in and then I played Shifter and Imperm and I said, all right, here we go.
Yeah, that's pretty. Those are pretty good, strong cards.
I also have Banquet currently sitting in my deck. So, playing against Cash and they just like, oh, hey, by the way, you don't have an extra deck for this turn. Or like you have like 3 cards in your extra deck. Good luck. Most decks under those pretenses cannot beat Fenrir. So, yeah. So Banquet plus Fenrir is pretty busted.
Yeah, seems like a rough time for sure.
Yeah, not something I'm gonna continue playing, but it was funny for in a locals. I ended up going 2-1-1. I won. Actually, I lost my first round because I played I think the champ. I don't know if they're the champ or not. Oh no, they're not. Wait, why were they at table 1? Anyway, yeah, I played Malice. And Malice doesn't really care that you're banishing their cards. They do care that you're banishing them face down, but most of they don't care about Shifter. They don't care about that at all. So I lost that one. Then I played against who did I play against? I played. I know I played Malice, but I played Malice at the last round, and that was my draw. I beat 2 other decks, but I can't quite put my finger on what. Oh, one of them was zombies. Like, I won't say Zombie World Zombie. It was Eldritch. So I beat Eldritch with Cash. Because Golden Lord says it can't be destroyed by monsters. I think it says it can't be destroyed by monsters. But it doesn't really say anything about them being banished face down. So free win.
Yeah, that's how Cash monsters do it.
Oh, you say your cards need to go to the graveyard to activate their effects? Well, what if there's no graveyard? So, yeah, that was a game. What else did I play against though? I can't quite put my finger on what it was. Oh, I know what it was. Okay, I played against Dragon Rulers. And yeah, I played it against the Dragon Rulers deck at locals, and I beat it because I opened Shifter game 1, and he ended up just making Big Eye, and Big Eye wasn't enough for what I had. And then did he get game 2? I don't think he even got game 2. I don't think so. Yeah, just same thing. I maybe awkwardly banqueted him at an awkward times where he just couldn't really do anything, and then Big Eye wasn't enough. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I don't know what the Dragon Rulers deck really does, but makes rank 7s.
That doesn't too much yet.
Not quite as good as the old Cash at making rank 7s, but yeah, I guess they are getting some new cards, so that might be a little bit better coming up. But yeah, 2-1-1, and then like I said, my final round was against Malice, and I played that game on the Scrub Academy channel, so that'll be going up on that channel eventually. I might just post it on Facebook or something when that goes up, but so yeah, you get to watch me lose. I say lose in time, but I drew in time, which is basically losing. And I have like, I think he set like a Droll and Lockbird, and then I'm like, just going in and I'm summoning cash monsters. I have like 2 Fenriers, a Shang in defense, and I have like Unicorn. And I like lose when I'm special summoning Ogre, Cashier Ogre from my hand. So I'm like, oh well, I have like probably like 8k plus after I kill the Droll and Lockbird, but you know, it's fine. I just can't go to battle. So yeah, I mean, that's the way she goes. How was your Yu-Gi-Oh locals?
You know, I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, but this has been one of the most fun weeks I've had for Yu-Gi-Oh in a hot minute, to be honest. So prior to locals on Sunday we had a regional.
Oh yes,
and
I forgot about the Des Moines regional.
Yep, in Des Moines, Iowa, and I went 6-2 there. So I got 11th place, getting my invite. Again with White Forces Amna with a small Fiendsmith engine. I actually have my breakdown for that. Let's see. Round 1, I played Red Dragon Archfiend deck. I won the die roll and I 2-0'd him. Round 2 was against Fiendsmith Ryziel. I lost the die roll and I got 2-0'd. Round 3 was against Earth Machine with like gimmick puppet stuff and horror stuff, which was actually terrifying. Like turn 1, he set up Naturia Beast, Hope Harbinger. What else?
Infinite spell negates, 1 spell negate.
Pretty much. So he used it mostly for the attack redirection effect.
Yeah, so you can't kill the infinite negates.
Yeah, it was crazy. He set up like a IP Masquerena with like another body to do some other stuff, and it was just crazy. But I opened Droplet, so it was okay. I 2-0'd him. Then I put down Shifter Turbo, and I got 2-0'd. So that was Malice, because he opened up Shifter twice against me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, doesn't work in my deck. Pure Ryziel lost the die roll, and I did beat him 2-1. Ryziel Bestial, which was interesting, lost the die roll, beat him 2-1. Ryziel Fiendsmith, I won the die roll, 2-1. And then round 8 was Fiendsmith Cashier Tenpai. Lost the die roll, 2-0'd him. And
Kashtira Bestial? Wait, what was that?
Kashtira Fiendsmith Tenpai.
Oh, that sounds like a deck.
He was X2 round 8. So we were both fighting for our invite right there.
I mean, he's got to be doing something right. It might not be completely right, but there's something right there.
I thought I heard other YouTubers have been playing it, but I've never seen it, and it didn't look like it was doing too much personally. Summon Fenrir, effect a search, get impermed, he kind of passed. Because I thought it was just going to be pure cash. But yeah, I managed to get my invite for that, so that was exciting.
Hell yeah! I think you got what, 11th? I think I saw.
Yep, I got 11th.
Hell yeah! So you were getting your invite, and then you went out and you got it. So hell yeah!
And it felt good.
That's what. Are you going to be posting your deck profile on your channel?
So I considered it, and then a new set releases in like 7 days.
Oh,
that's a little more than 7 days. So I figured it wasn't even worth it because it's going to be outdated like right away anyways.
That's fair.
So the next regional I go to with this deck, though, I will be posting that deck list if I do well.
Always the caveat.
So yeah. But then for locals, however, I just ran it back with the same deck, except I changed one thing in my side deck. I didn't think there was going to be too many Malice players at locals, so I just took out Lancey and put Nibiru in my side deck. I played 2 Malice players round 3 and 4. I was at table 2 for the final round. Me and one Malice player was undefeated. Table 1 is, of course, our champion of the month, but He lost a match. I was the only non-Malice player between table 1, 2, and 3. So taking Lancey out of my side deck was kind of a silly play, I think.
Yeah, after seeing how many Malice players are at locals currently, or at least as of last week, I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't be playing a deck that banishes a bunch of cards, or maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. There's a lot of Malice players though.
Yeah, it was crazy. My round 1 at locals though was what was it called? Here, Fire King. I got him down. I just kept flipping his field down. I think it's Ponix is the little chicken.
Yeah.
He's got like such little defense. So if I attack it with my double piercing, that's almost his entire life right there. Round 2, I don't remember what I played, to be honest. It wasn't branded. I know that one. I think it might have been Ryziel. And that was also a quick 2-0. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Phantom Knights. That's what it was. And that was not a quick 2-0.
Oh.
I had to pee super badly in the middle of our match. So I had to ask our judge for a time extension. And then I just was able to get ahead in life as we went into time after our time extension. Then yeah, round 3, I played against Malice. I 2-0'd him. Round 4, I played against Malice. And we went to game 3, and he was just up on life. So, but he felt bad for something that we were talking about prior, like nothing illegal game state wise. But he's like, I feel bad about doing this thing to you, so I'm gonna let you take one of my winning packs because otherwise, I think you would have won the match.
Oh yeah.
So I took one pack. I was like, oh no, what if I pull a quarter century secret rare Fubulos or something? That card's like $200. He's like, I'm not even worried. So I opened the pack and it's a QCR Lordly load. I'm like, here, buddy, it's yours. Like, this is your pack. This is your winnings. He's like, hands up in the air. He's like, nope, we made a deal. I'm a man of my word. I'm like, I guess you did win locals tonight.
Yeah.
You're the best.
I guess I'll just take the $200 card. It's fine. Thank you.
I tried to give it to him first, and then he wouldn't accept it. So I was like, okay, you got my arm behind my back. I guess I'll take it.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that one, right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I even after playing 2 Malices without my Lancias, it was a pretty good locals. I had nothing I could complain about. Truly.
Yeah, now that I'm playing a different deck, now that I played a real deck, honestly, it doesn't feel that bad of a format. Malice players, like I don't know, their board doesn't seem all that good. Like ending on the firewall, dude, and then like setting some cards, like it doesn't feel that good. But I don't know. It definitely seems to be good though, because they'll definitely they say their cards recur so easily that it's like you can break their board, but if they get a chance to start their turn, they can just start doing things again just off of one card.
Yeah, one Bestial is all it takes, honestly.
Yeah. So, and I talked to the guy that won the Des Moines regional, and they were playing Bestial Malice, so, or Malice Bestial, whatever you want to call it. So
yeah,
there's definitely something there too. Bestials are real good against the not Malice decks. So
yeah. Ryziel has a couple light monsters. My deck is pretty much nothing but light monsters. It's some really good stuff.
And this, as a almost the Ryziel cards are kind of cool. Maybe I'm trying to sway a little bit of locals to start playing Ryziel instead of just all Malice. But Ryziel's cool. There was a Ryziel deck playing at our locals that was playing Magnet Warriors. So that's cool, right?
I did see.
Magnet
I
Warriors
did see
cool.
that.
Naturia Beast is a cool monster. If you can do it without getting yourself locked to rank 4s, it's pretty neat. Otherwise, you just make rank 4s. And I mean, Detonator's a good card.
Yeah, the not once per chain pop is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then you're just playing level 4 monsters. So like it's like your whole deck is like actually good.
Yeah. No, it's this new set has definitely shook up the meta quite a bit.
That, and then you said we're getting Supreme Darkness in like roughly a week, little less than a week.
I think it's next Saturday is when the premiere event is.
Okay, so okay.
A little over a week, but that won't. That I don't think that's going to be too big of an impact on the meta. It'll be okay.
The hero deck's not going to be that good.
It'll be good, but it's going to be really good at locals and maybe regionals, and that's about it.
I love me a good locals deck.
Yeah, it'll be a cool deck to look at. I think they got like a monster negation in archetype now, which is what they've needed for years.
Since at least Nibiru was printed.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. Good for them. Hopefully we start seeing some of those at locals and not, just all Malice players. Now, I mean, I think that's all I'll have for Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless you have more to talk about for Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals.
No, not particularly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to Flesh and Blood. Not that we did something super crazy. We just had a classic. Oh, wait, did we do something crazy? I don't think we did. I think we just played Classic Constructed this week.
Yeah, we just played with a small deck, and you taught me like the basics and whatnot.
Yeah, I did kind of show you some basic fundamental stuff for Flesh and Blood. I actually want to show up on Saturday so we can get more games in. Being you're going to be busy judging, but obviously not playing. Hopefully, so I do plan on actually showing up, and then we can play a little bit more Flesh and Blood. But no, this week at locals I played Kano, which is very different from the Assassin deck, which I normally stick to. Kano's fun. Kano is very different, I think, from every other wizard in Flesh and Blood, or every other hero, I should say, in Flesh and Blood. It what it does is it makes it so you can play your cards at instant speed, and then you're bolting your opponent, I guess, on their turn. Is like you're playing to build one combo, and that one combo does like a ton of damage. So you're just kind of like not dying long enough so you can set this combo up, and then you just like throw it at them, and there's nothing they can do about it. Is essentially what was going on. I played 3 games and I lost one of them, and from what I understand, I don't play a ton of Flesh and Blood like as much as I'd like to, but everybody I've talked to about this matchup is like it's unwinnable. Like if you I had to play against Prism, and if you had to, it's like Kano is not good into Prism. It's probably, from what I understand, it's like a 10% matchup. So,
oof.
Yeah. So, and it was one of those. Is I actually like. So it's a 3-card combo. It's an A card, any blue free, like a free like spell that does 1 damage, and then a specific C card. So you're looking for specific A and C's, and then your B card can be like anything. And I hit A, I hit B, and then I hit B 3 more times. So I'm like, oh man, I could have hit C, and we actually could have a game, but I didn't hit C, so it was not a game. But my other 2 matchups, I did the thing. I think one of them was a fairly new player, and they had Arcane Barrier 2, which means that they can stop 2 arcane damage at a time. And my combo, I sent 8 arcane damage at them at one time. So they blocked the 2 of it, and then they took 6. And then the first card in the combo says that the amount of damage that spell does, every spell after that does that plus. So the first one did 6. My B did 8, I think. And then the C card for that combo says the amount of damage that they have taken that turn, that spell is dealing. So I'm dealing, I think, 14 with the card, and then it's getting the original +6, so it's a 20 damage spell, and they can stop 2 of it. So that combo, you just push a ton of damage, and I did it to 2 different people. So the first person was fairly new. They had Arcane Barrier 2, but like I said, the things I'm doing is just way too much for it. And then the other player, I think, is still, I won't say new, but they knew Kano, and they just weren't ready for it. They were like, I thought this was gonna be enough, and it was not enough. So and it was the exact combo where I hit the one spell, and then I did like 6 on that damage, and then I did like 4 or 8 on the next one, and then it did 20 total on the last one, and then they were at like 4 life. So they were like, yeah, I'm trying to not die. And I'll show off Kano a little bit on Saturday. I'll show you why he's different, and why I wouldn't recommend him, at least to start. If you're into Kano, maybe we can work on getting you into some like actual Kano stuff, but he's not the easiest to learn, and he's kind of, like I said, very different. So your skills are not transferable if you play Kano. But yeah, that was my locals. I played Wizard, and Wizard is fun. So if you are going to Flesh and Blood locals and you're not sure what to play, try Kano, because Kano is cool. But
he was a wizard.
Yeah. So he's the fire wizard. I don't think he's draconic, but he that's kind of his whole gimmick. Is he's the first spell is called Aether Wildfire. Then his actual spell is Blazing Aether. He has another card called Lessons in Lava. So he's a very like fire oriented wizard.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and
I do like the assassin deck that you showed me. So
yeah, I think Assassin's very easy to learn. At least the fundamentals of playing it is easy enough to pick up. Because I feel like a lot of it is the hardest part is blocking Wizard, because like you have the attack reactions, and you saw where you attacked me with a 4 power attack. I have 3. I actually, in the hand that you attacked me with, that hand where you had that 4 power attack and then you boosted it by 3. I think my hand, I had 2 block spells, so I'm like, I'm not gonna give you my whole hand to block this attack. And then you're like, well, it's now for 7, and that's like more than half my life total at that point. So I'm like, well, shit. And then you're telling me you're gonna do it again on the next turn. That probably would have killed me on the next turn. So I think you got the fundamentals of it fairly down. Like a lot of it is just kind of picking up the nuanced stuff of like when you can actually play things, and just stuff because you've literally only seen like less than 5 minutes of the game actually being played.
yeah.
So
it seemed pretty cool though.
Yeah, once I get some more games in with you, I'm sure maybe you won't be super into it, but you might be a little bit more into it than what you are even right now. So, but I think this is a good place to hang up locals, because I have no more locals that I went to over the weekend. So nothing I really want to touch on. So how about we move over to some chess?
Alrighty.
Switch over like that, and then oh yeah, that's right. I just have buttons. I can just go like, oh, I can go like, okay. Play a friend.
I am a friend.
I'm waiting for opponent.
Alright, let's see if I can remember how this little strategy is supposed to go.
Oh, the strategiums. Okay. Doot. Damn. Where do I put my... I'll put it here. Ooh, that was a good move.
That's the goal.
Maybe I had a better
Let's see. I think it's this and then that.
Tough. I'll just completely go backwards, but I think you've kind of pushed me in such a way where I gotta go back a little bit. Like so.
You don't want to go for the en passant?
I guess I could have, but nah. I think I'd much rather go like this. What now? Man, it's just not. It's hard to move. I'm gonna lose on time. That's what's gonna end up happening.
I hope not.
That's less threatening. Let's go here.
Damn.
Yeah.
You can't believe I just let that blunder.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, do I just bully you out of this? Make a move, dude. All right, fuck it.
I think I I wish with all my heart you'd stop tearing my entire board apart.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Would really love to just have the moves put out in front of me, and I could just fucking pick from one of these amazing moves that I have. Just pick the best one, dude.
Oh,
Yep, there you go.
GG.
And I just like missed. I can't say that I misplayed. I just was like, you can't do anything. Let's just fucking go.
Oh, I know I misplayed a couple times. Oh yeah, your ELO rating was so much higher than mine.
Where we at? Oh, 1,000 to 600. I mean, and you won. So I mean, we're neither one of us were playing all that. 74% to a 76%. So we can get a quick game review in. King's Gambit declined. I've played this 4 times as black with a 0% win rate.
Let's keep it that way.
And for how in command of this game I was.
Yeah, you dropping your bishop onto G4 was, yeah, it was the nail in the coffin for me.
Woof.
There was a part in here, I'm looking at the recap, where it said you should have, oh, because your queen was protected by your knight. Duh. I see it now.
Oh.
Yeah, just silly Billy plays left and right from me.
Oh yeah, I mean, can't really say that I played the best. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I got to a point now where I was like, oh yeah, fuck it. Let's just throw my pieces away because you don't have anything that you can hit me with, and then you just hit me with checkmate. I could have. Well, no, I couldn't move. Yeah, this blocks from checkmate, but oh yeah, there you go. And game is over. Yeah, I would say that's a much more competitive game, even though we still ended in checkmate.
Well, how many moves was our game last week? Was it?
Oh, I could look. I can go back because I haven't played another game since last week, so
Oh no,
I can actually go back and look.
because I think that was just a couple moves.
It was game review. Not this last game. Can I go a game prior? Do. Where is? Oh, I can go to my profile. Go like this. Game. Oh no, I have played games. I played 2 games in between our last game and this game.
Hey,
Our
I've played a lot.
our game went 13 moves and you checkmated me on the 13th move, so it's a little bit different than the game we just had.
Yeah, this one was a bit long stretch.
Yeah, well, that's great. I love to see it. Well, I mean,
We love it.
love to see a little bit of competition at least. Well, moving on. After that wonderful game of chess, I want to talk a little bit about Magic the Gathering. We haven't really hit Magic too hard in our TCG Talk podcast, but I know that you play it. You actually play Magic Arena, as you were showing off earlier today, which is probably more Magic than what I play. But I mean, I do play a lot of Commander. So, uh, let's talk a little Magic. First off, you like I said, I know you play Arena, but is that your favorite way to play Magic the Gathering, or is there something else that you'd much rather be playing?
I'd like just like any other card game. I'd always prefer to play physical cards, but it's kind of the best substitute because uh, I just don't have the desire to pay for a bunch of different card games right now.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we can print proxies for Commander, but there's decks that I wanted to kind of test, and like on Arena, you can slowly get all the cards for it. But I already had most of the cards for this the Rabbit deck that I wanted to play
Oh, the
with
Heir Apparent.
Oh yeah, and it's so fun, dude. I've had so much fun,
I'm not gonna lie,
especially.
I was kind of like on the card, but then seeing like 134 rabbits on your board, like that was pretty cool.
Oh, those were only the rabbits that were there from the prior turn. I think I had over like 270 something rabbits at one point.
Yeah, that's dope.
Rabbit tokens. Playing stuff like I can't even think of its name. Roaming Throne. You call rabbit. Every rabbit triggers twice. There's a card that you can play that you cast it. You can exile all non-token creatures you control until the end of the turn. Roll a d20. If you roll 1 through 9, you cast them. You cast them again. If you roll a 10 through 20, did I say that right? If you roll 1 through 9, you just bring them back to the field and they're cast. If you roll a 10 through 20, they're exiled, they come back, and then you exile again and cast them again, and that triggers all the heir apparents again.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you have Roaming Throne, makes them trigger a total of 4 times a piece. So if you have like 5 of them triggering 4 times, that's 16, 32, 64 rabbit tokens just right off the bat. And then there's cards that you play that like every time you cast a creature with 1 power, you inflict 1 damage to your opponent. That's how I got my opponent down to negative 100 and something. And I still lost because of their stupid angel.
Platinum Angel. You can't
Yeah.
win the game, or your opponents can't win the game, and you can't lose the game.
It's such a silly card, but you know, mobile games and applications or whatever, having the limits that they do, I just kept using my Brawl Commander, is what it's called in Arena,
Mm-hmm.
to tap all my creatures, draw all my cards, tap all my tokens again, to add mana to my pool, and then I could just basically go infinite, because I can uh, cast them all, banish them, bring them back, cast them all, banish them, bring them back, go into combat, have like 800,000. I don't know the exact number, but it was well over 200 tokens, and declare an attack, and that causes my stack to just freak out. So the game crashed, resulting in it for a draw.
I mean, in the scenario that you were in and you couldn't kill the Platinum Angel, you crashing the game to force a draw is probably the best case scenario.
Just like in chess, if I can't win, I will not lose.
That's awesome. Well, you can't quite do that in paper, so you can maybe melt your opponent's brain, but I don't know if you could do that in Ishin.
Yeah, no. Ishin, I love him to death, but I put him to the side for the moment.
Not quite the brain melting power of rabbits.
Yeah. What about you though? Anything special with Magic for you?
I like I said, I play a lot of Commander, so I have a bunch of Commander decks. I have, like I say, I have like a competitive deck. It's not something that sees a ton of play, but the deck that I do bust out a lot when I'm playing is my Pirates deck. Uh, so like your Rabbits deck, it's nothing like your Rabbits deck, and I have a bunch of like really cheap pirates, and they all have effects, I guess. but they're all, I would say, of the pirates, probably like I think I have like 36 or so in the deck. I'd say probably about 30 of them are probably the worst effects you'd ever guess on a card. But it's in the deck because it's a pirate.
Fair enough.
So I have all these cheap pirates that I have, but the 5 good pirates are really good. One of them, my commander, lets me Monster Reborn at the beginning of battle phase every turn. So my whole deck is, I'm gonna mill some cards and then I'm gonna hit a pirate. Actually, it's not just any monster, it's specifically a pirate. So you have to bring a pirate back. But my whole deck is pirates. So I'm gonna be bringing back pirate, and then it becomes a 4/4 and it has haste. So not only am I just getting a free pirate, like I'm also getting to attack with it right away. And usually it's bigger because all of the ones that I have in my deck are small and they suck. So they become not as sucky and bigger so that I can attack you with them. And then pirates have, I mean, specifically blue has a few cards. I have the card Coastal Piracy in my deck because, you know, why would you not have a card called Coastal Piracy in your pirate deck? But it says that every time you deal combat damage with a creature, you get to draw cards. He just hit with like 5 pirates and then you get to draw 5 cards. I'm like, oh, I don't want these. I'm going to put these in the graveyard so they can Monster Reborn them the next turn. Yeah, it's a very fun deck. There's some very silly things that you can do with it just because like, oh, well, this pirate can take an extra turn. And then you can just do some silly stuff with that. There are pirates that are specifically like, oh, when a pirate deals damage, you get treasures, and then you can like make your pirate deal damage to everybody, and then you just get like 3 treasures, and then you can just keep doing it. I think I've played you with that pirate deck once, and I've did that to you guys one time.
Yeah, it was upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, when that happens, it happens, but I don't know. I feel like it was kind of, you kind of saw that one. I mean, I feel like I saw that one coming, but I guess I'm also the one looking at the cards, so.
Yeah, it was my first time playing this game too. Just freshly with my commander deck.
No, that one was different. That was me playing with my CDH deck, and that was just wrong. That was merely because my roommate was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just have the counter spells for your deck. And then he just did not have enough counter spells for my deck. And it was the only deck I had on me. And I was like, I knew it was wrong. And I said, hey, this is probably not going to be a good time. But we did it. And yeah, you felt the power of a CDH deck. Actually, and that's funny enough, that deck's not even in existence. I say in existence, but I don't have that deck in paper anymore because the Dockside, Jeweled Lotus, and Mana Crypt ban.
Yep. I remember Dockside banned because I tried playing it in a casual game recently and was informed that, hey, that card is banned. I was like, I didn't know that.
Saw we.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and that being a pirate was one of those cards that I lost in my pirate deck, and it was pretty upsetting because I was like, fuck, man. If I had a nickel for every pirate that got banned, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. And I was really into both pirates because Hull Breacher is the other pirate that got banned, and that one's really good too. That one says that you replace every one of your opponent's additional draws for a turn, other than the first one for their draw phase. Every additional draw, you just get to replace with you making a treasure instead. So you're like, oh, that seems not ban-worthy until you say that, oh, I can also flash it in, and you can play wheels, which make your opponent discard cards and then draw cards. So instead of, you know, them drawing cards, they discard their whole hand, and then you make 7 treasures. And
yeah, who needs lands when you have infinite treasure?
Yeah, so that pirate specifically was banned before I made my pirate deck. But I held a hand with that pirate, Wheel of Fortune, which is everybody discards their hand to draw 7, and then 2 lands. I had a 4-card hand. I drew another land, and then I waited until I could flash in the Hull Breacher on someone's end phase. Then I got to untap all my stuff, and then I played the Wheel of Fortune. And then I got to draw 7 cards, and then I made 14 treasures because I had 2 opponents. And I won the game. So yeah, it's the only time I've ever won with less than 5 cards. And it was that was the most times that I've mulliganed and still won, and it was 4 times, or down to 4 cards. So, yeah, that was definitely a worthy ban. Dockside, as much as I hate to say it, very needed, very good ban. Because I have
Dockside was pretty good.
won enough games with just like, oh, I just have Dockside and I'm gonna revive him 8 times, and eventually I'm gonna win my deck, go through my entire deck because of it. Yeah, I can't. I was like, as many times as I've won the game directly because of that guy, I'm not gonna complain about him being banned. But it does kind of hurt my Pirates deck just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Magic's fun. Magic's casual. I mean, competitive Magic is kind of cool, but I mean, it's not really something I'm super into. I've never even been to a Friday Night Magic or anything like that, so
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do standard.
Yeah, specifically standard too. Like I don't like the idea of rotating. I just want to buy my cards and then just, that be that. I can bring this deck anywhere. Um so that I don't like, but even the modern formats, they're so expensive and it's just not worth getting into.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, if I were to get back into playing competitive Magic, I'd probably be playing Arena, sadly.
It's a decent time. I kind of wish there was more ways to earn in-game currency, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of their wild card system, and I just wasn't getting the cards that I was wanting, and I wasn't willing to spend money to get more, so I just quit playing.
Which is valid.
Yeah, I mean, when I want to build a brawl deck, and like literally, I would say probably like it's an 80 card deck or is it a 100 card deck?
It's 100. It's basically like a commander.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, of that, I want like, I don't know, fucking 60 mythics or whatever it is, or legendaries. So it's like, fuck.
Yeah, it gets pretty game expensive or in-game currency expensive, and I'm not willing to drop money on that either.
That, and then they fucking keep eroding cards that I like the stupid Cauldron Familiar. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, no, the way you're playing it, not like that. No more.
Yeah, especially with a lower life in Brawl, you only have 25 life, so it
Yep.
gets out of hand like real quick with any kind of damage or resource gaining. Just blows your opponent out.
Yeah. I mean, way she goes. I know that they're working on a client for Commander, so you can play Commander online, but I don't know how that would work, um, deck building wise. So I'm interested to see how that goes, and maybe if it's cool, maybe I'll get into it. But as for right now, physical cards for me only.
Yeah, it's just the most fun way to play. I like being able to touch my cards.
Well, maybe. I know I'm going to be showing up on Saturday, so maybe I'll bring my Commander deck, and maybe we can get some games in until the other guys be like, "Hey, show up, bring your decks."
Let's get a little pod going.
Yeah, even if it's just 3 people. I mean, it's something. At least, I mean, gives you a valid reason to bust your Ixen deck out.
Yeah, I will build this rabbit deck. It is a lot of fun. I'll just
Oh,
have to find a more modern, like, not what is this deck? This thing not arena build, because there's
oh,
so many cards in
yeah,
Commander that's not in arena.
yeah. Having a actual standard, or not a standard deck, but having a Commander deck with the Heir Apparent is probably gonna be sick.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it was a good conversation about Magic. Just a little poke in the like, hey, we play Magic too, and Magic's cool. Uh, and if you happen to have a Magic deck and you come to our locals, poke me, say, hey, let's play some Magic. I will definitely be down for that.
Me too.
Hell yeah. All right, well, let's end the show off with the fishbowl topic of the day, and that's whoop. It's the animation. Woo! Fishbowl. Questions from it. And then whoop. Egon. And we got a fishbowl. All right. Well, in the fishbowl, we got many questions, and we're just going to spend the next probably about 5 minutes talking about one of them. And then I'm going to pick it. Okay, come on, pick one. Any of them. Just come with one. That one. All right. All right. And the question for today is, how bad would Pot of Greed really be for advanced format?
Very bad.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
Like bad for the format, or bad like it's a bad card?
I would say bad for the format. How far would it really push the meta decks comparative to I don't know, make your opponent mill deck, or Exodia or something. I don't know.
All I'm saying is, if you could play a 38 card deck in a 40 card format, would you?
I would say I would definitely be playing Droll and Lockbird in my main deck if that was a card.
Oh yeah, Droll would for sure be moved into the format.
As a permanent staple.
Yeah, but if you can think of any cards that are just pure +1s, they all have like once per turn restrictions, or you can't do something else for the rest of the turn. Like Pot of Desires, you can only activate it once per turn. Pot of Extravagance and Prosperity, once per turn, and one of them even locks you out from drawing for the rest of the turn. The other says it has to be the first action you do. Even something as small as pre-preparation of rites, add a ritual monster, a monster that's listed on the ritual spell, or vice versa, I can't remember. That's just +1, and it's a hard once per turn. And I think it's a hard, you can only use this effect. So even if it gets like hard negated, I believe, I could be wrong. If it gets like the activation negated, you still can't do it again. While Pot of Greed just says, draw 2 cards. Oh, you can add it back from your graveyard? Draw 2 again.
I mean, how many decks are really doing that though?
White Forest.
I mean, it would be just a strict buff to that deck, right?
Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be unhealthy though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be okay. I did see in the I wasn't, I don't think it was the OCG list, but it might have been the OCG list. That they limited all the, or not limited, but they semi-limited all the pot cards.
Did they?
It might not be the official OCG list, but I'll have to find the list that I saw that on. But yeah, that's I mean, it is something that they did on Master Duels. They limited all of them, so I could see just the generic +1s, even the ones with restrictions. If you can play them in any deck, they're all bad. I could see that as an argument, but I don't know. Like, the game is already so sacky. How bad is it really? Like, oh, you drew 2 hand traps. Oh, okay, cool. You're gonna have 15 interactions for me anyway. What's 2 more? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It just seems so scary to me.
Yes.
The chance of board breaker blowouts going second,
I
win cons going first, drawing into floodgates. I remember that talk.
I don't know. Yeah, that's one of those. It's just like, to me, it's just like, yeah, any deck can play it. Every deck will play it, and I think that's really the main issue, is every deck is gonna play it. But it's, to me, it makes no difference how you're adding the cards to your hand. If you're normal summoning Oviraptor and going +12, or if you're just activating Pot of Greed and going +2, it makes no fucking difference to me. It's gonna happen one way or another. Just, I don't know. I think these trap card, I mean, it makes trap cards a little bit better because like there's no way to combo really into them. Sure, I'll give you that one. I do think that it would happen, is more trap cards would be a hair better. But you're also, giving the combo decks a +2, so get more chances to draw their starter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it does make the format more sacky. I'll say that. Like, I maybe not. Yeah, no, it would be more sacky just because you're putting a random +1 in any deck, and if your starting hand happens to have it and you get to go first, you're probably winning. because if you're going second and it's in your starting hand, it's probably getting negated.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's a damn good card to negate.
Oh yeah, I mean, you either do that or they get to draw 2 cards, and who knows what they draw. They could even draw Dark Ruler and Dark Ruler no more and evenly matched, and what beats that?
Or the final 2 pieces of eggs.
They could draw Nibiru and a normal monster. I mean, I don't know what decks are playing normal monsters, but they could. I mean, Exodia. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't
A
know.
rocket arm.
I typed this up and I was like, honestly, it's kind of one of those. It's like to me, it makes no difference. I mean, there are 1-card combos that go plus 12. You can end on 14 interactions. Like, what's the difference if you just get to draw an extra card? Especially with like Fawalos and the other mini max C. Like, does it really matter? People are gonna see their whole deck anyway. Does it?
It will.
It will. It does matter, and people would play it immediately, and it would be a staple in every deck. But the best decks are still going to be the best decks, and sure, the rogue decks are going to be a little bit more sacky. But in the end, it's not going to move the meter in one direction or the other.
Yeah, that's fair. But it could never come back.
Oh no, and it shouldn't. There's no reason it should. This isn't a Pot of Greed should come back post. This is it's bad, and it's not going to fix your rogue deck, but it also isn't that bad. I don't think anyway. It's a random +1. It's not any more degenerate than a Rise Heart or something that actually pushes the needle one way or another.
A Rise Heart can never come back, that is for sure.
Yeah, that's I can agree with that.
Oh god.
Floodgate, a Rise Heart's his own problem. So yeah, because like I said, Floodgate, it can kill you. It's stalling the game. I swear to God, every single I activated a card. Oh, it's going to the banished pile. Oh, I activated Rise Heart. I get to attach a card. Oh, I activate another card. Oh, Rise Heart. I get to do it again. Wee! Like you were just like stalling the game with just a Rise Heart activation, and it's mandatory, so you can't skip it. So everything about a Rise Heart's bad, but that's its own topic.
Yeah, I don't miss that card in the slice bit.
I do a little bit, but that's just because I was just playing cash. I don't know. I genuinely actually don't even know what cash is supposed to do without a Rise Heart. I was just making shangs and it's like, all right, try and kill me now. I don't know. But I think that's a good place to stop. I think Pot of Greed posting is always fun, so it's always interesting to hear what people think. But yeah, I think that's like I said, it was gonna be a good place to hang it up for the night. Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
Which one?
Go for it. Just pick one.
Don't get slow played.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, and then don't use heavy dice.
Support the locals, of course.
That's the main one. That's the huge one. That's one we want to really drive home, is support your locals. It is the place where you show up. It's a place where you play cards. It's a place where you meet new people. So feel free to, buy a t-shirt, buy the overpriced sodies and show up to locals at least 4 times a week. So yeah.
What else? Don't fall into floodgates or whatever. Don't play floodgates.
Floodgate appropriate. Respectfully, I guess. You at least ask.
Sir, may I please flip this Gozen match? Sure, I'm playing Malice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, you want to activate Macrocosmos? Sure, that's fine. That helps both of us.
Silly card.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, go to the place where you're going to see all the Malice players. It's locals. And you know what? We just might see you there. And for myself and Bader, y'all have a good night.
Bye. Have a wonderful night.
That's not what I wanted.
I was like, damn, just hang